Hello and welcome into another edition of Cooling Down on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. For the third time this season, the Firebirds have taken down the Brewster Whitecaps, winning today 3-2 in a crazy game. It was rain, there was a double rainbow, but the Firebirds were able to get it done, and the pitching was phenomenal. It was Chad Gartland starting on the mound. He went 5 innings with 6 strikeouts. Dylan, what were you seeing from the George Mason pitcher?
It was two completely different outings from Chad Gartland, but both successful. Last week, it was 5 innings with the same amount of strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, but it was all about the splitter and the forkball. Today, it was not. It was the fastball and the slider that he was really relying on, and it worked for him. It shows how good of a pitcher he can be. 2 things work for him, he gets the same result.
And last night, the bullpen didn't step up. Today, they definitely stepped up. Derek Clark, Danny Carrion were 2 standouts for me. Dylan, what'd you see from those arms?
Same thing. I mean, they had to cover 4 innings, right? And you start with a 2-run lead. Derek Clark comes in, and he wasn't fazed by anything. Continued to throw strikes, get strikeouts. Sam Leboki got into a little bit of trouble there in the 8th. It was 3-1 Firebirds. He loads the bases with nobody out, gets out of it, only allowing 1 run. That was a big turning point in the game. And then Danny Carrion for the close. The bullpen, which was shaky yesterday, comes back with a big night today.
And I love when the pitchers get fired up after big outs. And there were some more people getting fired up. It was Andy Blake, also Matt Hallback. They had great offensive performances tonight and much needed as well. Ian, what were you seeing from those guys?
Yeah, I saw Andy Blake, who, Dylan dubbed in the Weekly Burn earlier in the week the Whitecaps killer. And he lived up to that name again tonight. Not only was he really good defensively at short, but just continuing to hit line drives into the outfield. He's just got such a strong swing. And then Jack Penny, somebody you didn't mention because there were so many guys to mention. 11 hits on the day, even though there were only 3 runs. So left a little bit of meat on the bone. Still more work to be done. But Jack Penny, ever since the first week of the season, has been one of the most consistent guys in the middle of the order. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw him in the top 4 in the order tomorrow. The offense was really great today.
And this was a huge win for the Firebirds, not only their 3rd time beating the Brewster Whitecaps, but also, like we noted, there was so much going on that they had to overcome, and it was a pitcher's duel. So, Ian, moving forward into the season, how important was this win?
I think it's a big win because you mentioned the number 3 in this series with the Whitecaps. Look, Orleans is roughly a 500 ball club right now. I hope they win another 3-4 games in a row and they shoot up towards the top in the standings, but the reality is you want to get into the playoffs. Just like Matt Hallback said in our postgame show, if you get in, that would be pretty sweet. And you need to be top 4 in this division to get in. Right now, you're tied with Brewster at 3, and with 1 more win in your final 3 games against the Whitecaps, you own the tiebreaker heading into the playoffs. I know it's only June, but look, every game matters in this 44-game slate, and to get 3 already on Brewster is unbelievably important for a playoff run.
And the road trip finishes tonight at Stony Brook Field. We're back home at Eldridge Park, taking on the Falmouth Commodores. We'll see you there.